fine. I just went through the full 5 stages of grief deciding on whether or not I was gonna overshare on the internet. Manifestation. I love bomb all day long. I'm gonna start crying. Okay, you know what? It's a lesson I learned. It's not something that I'm gonna live by. I've been 25 for the last 365 days. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 25 things I learned at the age of 25. And they're kind of cheesy, honestly. And I had to type them all out because there was no way I was going to remember these just spitballing. But I think they're all valuable. I think they're all cute. I think they're meaningful. I think they're an extension of myself. I think they're something that I want to use as a reminder. I'm honestly probably going to hang this on my wall somewhere in here and just remind myself every day that these are things that I found value in. I realize a year from now, some of the stuff that you think is the end of the world, it really wasn't the end of the world, and things that you thought you were going to hold on to and they were going to be so sacred and so important, they really weren't. Or maybe they were. 25 things I learned at the age of 25. Number 1. Your confidence is your greatest attribute. Honestly, I feel like a lot of insecurity believing that elements of my life were rooted in this sense of comparison. I think that's really common for young women. I think that's really common for individuals. We kind of grow up in a society that teaches us, like, to look at the people around us and compare ourselves to them. That they're the stature that we need to be living up to. Whether I'd walk into a room and wonder if I was as pretty as the other girls, or as smart, or as talented, or as capable, I realize that it really doesn't matter the older I get. No one else's success takes away from your own, and I think that's helped me feel more confident and more appreciative and aware of my self-worth. Spending time doing something you enjoy isn't time wasted. It makes you more successful in your work life. It helps me stay more focused, it helps me sleep better, it helps me feel more creative. So, time spent doing things you love isn't wasted. Number 3. Donate the clothes that don't fit you. That's a message to all of us. I need to do it too, because instead of donating the clothes that don't fit me, I convinced myself that my body wasn't supposed to change and it's going to get back to something that it was before. And in all honesty, I think as I get older, the more I realize that my body's changing, and that's womanhood, that's growing up, that's being comfortable, it's a little bit of boyfriend air. Who said boyfriend air had to be a bad thing? Come on. Okay. Next up, it's okay to be more involved or devoted to your friendships than they are to you. I think my only additional note to that is just don't get taken advantage of. Real friendships come in waves and ebbs and flows, and true friends don't hold, like, what's the word? True friendships aren't gonna look at you and say, oh my gosh, you didn't text me back, so we're not real friends. Absolutely not. They know that you're not responding because you're busy. They know that you're not responding because you're distracted. They know that you're not responding because maybe you're working on you. And they'll be waiting there for you when you get out of it. So, be that friend, but also give yourself grace that, you know, hopefully you're surrounding yourself with friends who treat you that way as well. Happiness isn't earned, it's cultivated. Period. Point blank. You make your happiness every day by the choices that you make. Lately, I feel like I've been waking up not as happy as I used to be, and I'm realizing that I don't go outside. That's not the cure to all happiness, but I think that I could be a little bit more intentional with where I put my time, and sometimes I get sucked into being on my phone or sucked into being in that comparison mindset that it hurts me. It hurts. It hurts. Reading books is good for you. I fucking hate books, so I'm sorry about the language, Mom. I'm so sorry. I usually hate books. I normally hate books. But in this last year, I think I've read 15. I got bit by the Colleen Hoover bug, and now I'm on to other ones. I just finished The Seven Husbands. I just finished The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Divine. You will cry. You will cry at the end. And the funny thing is, my other book's called They Both Die in the End, so I like books with really depressing endings. Getting older sucks, but it doesn't mean you have to grow up. I think that maturity is often synonymous with a lack of having fun. And I think that we're all going to get older, whether we want to or not, and we can all be mature. But I don't think that means we have to all stop having fun. I think we can still, like, tune into that playful side of ourselves and, like, enjoy life again, dude. Come on. Go play tag, honestly. Shit changes your life. Making your living quarters somewhere that you look forward to unwinding and coming home to is a hidden blessing. I feel that way about this space. Like, I feel like it took me a while to get comfortable here. It took me a while to make it feel like home. But every day I feel like I add a little piece of myself back into it, whether it's something as silly as a coffee mug or something as valuable as a photo. And it's starting to feel like home. Number 9, save your money. My mom told me to say that. I didn't want to, but she has a good point, and that is not what I did this year. It is what I'm going to do this year. Manifestation. This is kind of the other side of number 2, but a day doing nothing also isn't a day wasted. It's okay to be lazy. I think that took me a long time to accept that. I always thought that I was falling behind when I was taking days off, and in turn, it made me feel like I needed more days off because I was getting burnt out and I couldn't catch up on the things that I knew I needed to get done, and my energy wasn't what it should have been, and my happiness wasn't what it should have been because I just spent my time overworking and overthinking. And take a day off when you need it. It's okay. Your one day off isn't going to make you 20 years behind. Journal. Journal, 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 journal. This is my new one that I just got for this year. Look how stunning. Isn't she stunning? She isn't even unpacked yet. This is the journal that I just got for this year, and I'm ready to fill the whole thing up with words, but I don't open it until the day of my birthday, and then that way the first page is titled the day of my birthday. So, be someone who loves to love others still stands out the most to me because we could use so much more of it. And I have to say that, like, it's so fulfilling to, like, show other people just unconditional love. Cleaning 10 minutes every morning maintains a clean space and clean mind. I could hear that again because my place right now is not that clean, so don't trust everything I read. Good karma will always catch up with you. Take the damn photo, but also take time off your phone. And I wrote, I think I took the most advantage of this over the last 365 days. I spent my first 2 years on social media documenting every moment of my life that I forgot I was living it at all. Now, don't get me wrong, I have the best memories to look back on, and I love capturing them all, but I think what I learned is to keep some of them sacred for myself as well. That's something I think I'm working on. But I also, in my own brain, as someone who does this for a full-time career, struggle with that. I love sharing. I love, like, welcoming people into that side of my life and welcoming people into my relationship and into my family and into my travel and into my adventures. And I have my dream career that I get to make content every single day. But I do fight a little internal battle that, like, sometimes when you share a lot of stuff, people have a lot to say about it. And it affects the way that I want to live. It affects the way that I look at my own life. I don't think that's very fair. It kind of, like, it affects the way that I, like, see myself, and I think that's something that I struggle with. So over the last year, I've definitely dialed back. But I don't like that I don't feel like I can be as vulnerable sometimes. I like sharing on social media because I know that I wanted somebody when I was growing up to share how they were feeling and, like, when they felt alone, and it would have been nice to know that I wasn't alone in those feelings. And that's what I love most, is how social media is able to connect me, and it really brought me people who feel the same way that I do. And nah, fuck it, I'm still gonna be vulnerable on the internet, who cares? I'm sharing all my shit, who cares? I just went through the full 5 stages of grief deciding on whether or not I was gonna overshare on the internet. Turns out we're still going to, okay? Get ready for 2023, baby. Talk nicer to yourself. I mean it. Talk nicer to yourself. I need to talk nicer to myself. You look beautiful today. Look at how nice your legs are. You gotta shave a little bit, but, like, they're fine. Look at my nails. I'm so proud of myself. I used to bite these bitches. I grew them out. I did that all by myself. Those are my 2 compliments for the day. Invest in your passions. It's not money wasted if it's not something that you're so passionate about. So invest in yourself. You deserve it. Take the gamble. Do things that are gonna, like, grow you as an individual and grow you as a person. The 19th thing that I learned in my 25 years of being alive is to text someone you love every day that you love them. I do that to a lot of people, I think. I love bomb all day long. What can I say? Number 20, make lists when you're stressed. We're almost done with this list. That's kind of sad. But number 21 is, not everyone is gonna like you, and that's okay. The people pleaser inside of me is saying it's not okay, but it is okay. And I'm gonna tell you why. I spent so much of my time worrying about what other people thought of me, and for a majority of my life, it was that I was weird, or too much, or something else that made me feel even more like an outsider. But to be completely honest, the older I get, the more I like myself as I am, and the less I like others' opinions about that. People who are negative are just going to want to see you sad. And you don't deserve that. Come on. Sometimes I get bummed when people don't like me. And I don't think it's that I get bummed they don't like me. It's just because I want to be friends with everybody, and I can't see why we can't all just get along sometimes. But it's okay. It's okay that not all people are going to be your people. Wouldn't you rather surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you and make you feel like you're whole and wonderful and great and stupendous as you are, versus people who are just going to constantly be just trying to pull you back down and the sadness and the hole of like, I'm not enough? I think it's an obvious answer. But it's okay if you're a people pleaser and a people person like I am. That's a battle that I constantly fight in my head that I have to remind myself of. And it's normal. You're not alone in like overthinking about people's perceptions of you. Just know that they don't matter as much as your perception of yourself. You know? Shit, that was kind of poetic. 22, my lucky number. Imposter syndrome's real. Yes. I don't think I need to say anything else about that one. Oh, I wrote, but don't let it stop you from doing what you love and living the life in the moment. Number 23, and I want you to turn on your eardrums for this one. You limit your creativity the second you try to do what everybody else is doing. Don't put yourself in a box. You're not even shaped like a box. You're shaped like a goddess. Do whatever the fuck you want. Honestly, if you want to make TikToks, make TikToks. If you want to do Instagram, do Instagram. If you want to be a photographer, if you want to be a videographer, if you want to make movies, if you want to be a plumber, an electrician, if you want to do wood floors, if you want to be a baker, a cook, make people more creative, inspire people, welcome people into your world, teach them new things. Oh. But the second that you like look around you, and I think that's a huge thing on social media, is people see a trend and they say, oh my gosh, that's what I need to be doing because that's what everybody else is doing and that's what's popular. You're limiting your creativity. You're not even giving your own original thoughts. Give it you. Pour a little bit of yourself into that. You know, you don't need to be like everybody else to be successful. And depending on what your measure of success is, whether it's happiness, whether it's income, whether it's money, whether it's the amount of places you've traveled to, let me tell you, there's a million different ways to do anything you want to do. You don't need to be doing what everybody else is. So, go live your mother dreams. Okay, number 24. This is my most valuable note. This is my most valuable lesson that I learned. Take a nap and drink water. I don't know who wrote this because I don't take naps. Honestly, when I read that, I don't really like that note very much. Okay, you know what? It's a lesson I learned. It's not something that I'm gonna live by. Number 25. This is the real most valuable lesson of the whole year, and it's, you're the main character of this story. All that you do is about you. Every lesson you learn, every person you meet with, every decision that you make it for yourself. I know that there's so many elements that everybody's always thinking about, but I think that my most crucial decisions I've ever made, as selfish as it seems, were made because it's something that I wanted to do. Not what my parents wanted for me, not what my relationship wanted for me, not what my friends wanted for me. What I mean is, be a little selfish. You're the main character. Write that plot. Make it interesting. Don't let yourself fall into the societal norms of having to just like slowly build your life like on these even steps. Climb the mountain. Hit the rugged trail, fall down a couple valleys, sip out of a couple rivers. Makes you stronger, you know? It's okay if nothing you do is linear. I don't think it's supposed to be. I think everybody pretends like it's supposed to be. Listen, this is my last note in this video about this. I will already be 26 by the time you see this video. If you would have asked me 5 years ago where I saw myself at 26, it was nothing like what I'm doing. It's nothing. And there's times that I look back and I think, oh my god, I failed. And that's so fucked up to be like, I'm not doing what she wanted me to do. But then I like have this sacred sense of security in myself That I know that every decision I made was for that girl. I did what she wanted. Every morning I woke up and I made a decision that made her better. And now I'm here. And I'm so thankful to be here. And I'm so happy that you're here. And you deserve to be here. And you can do such great things. I know it's my birthday, but I'm feeling it for every one of us in here. You're the main character of the story. Don't forget that shit. And that is the final lesson. In my 25 things I've learned since being 25! I have no aim. That's also something that I learned this year. Well, that's a wrap. I know that I learned a lot this year, but I hope that you guys learned something from this video. I'm gonna give you the cheesy little spiel. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Videos every Friday, baby. Keep an eye out. I'll be watching for you. Okay. Well, I'm so happy you're here. I hope you have a sunshiny weekend. And I'm sending you lots of loves and good vibes, so I'll see you guys next time.